let's jump into this video. I want to do a reading on how are you transforming your life right now? How is your life being transformed right now? I feel like there's this big shift in energy. I feel just like collectively everyone's kind of been going through, but I want to see specifically for those who clicked on this video, how are you transforming your life? How is life transforming for you? How is it changing? How are you evolving? How are you going forward in this crazy journey of life? What is the new chapter? I feel like there's a new chapter coming for you guys. That's what it feels like. I'm getting a lyric. You think you know my story. You're a page in it. So maybe you're leaving. That's from Snow the Product, which is from the song. I've recommended it to you guys already before. Really counts. Okay. Anyway, so to me, this is feeling, you think you know my story, you're a page in it. Wonder if we get any page cards coming out. But, so you're probably leaving behind some people, and it doesn't have to be in a, you could be leaving some certain circles, social circles, where you were pretty much a energetic fuel, but I feel like on all ends. So whoever was in this friend group or family group or whatever dynamic this is, it's like maybe the majority of you guys were putting a lot of energy into each other, or maybe this was just a relationship you had with someone that was a little bit toxic. But I feel like you are going forward in a different direction. So let's see, what's the next? I don't even want to focus on this other person. I want to focus on you guys. So what is the next chapter? Should I use this deck or another deck? Holy Spirit, please connect me to the collective here and give a clear and concise message. Something that gives them clarity and inspiration, something that will be helpful. I forgot they're doing yard work. So maybe you are cutting out things in your life, prioritizing yourself. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, a new chapter, a new situation. And it's something that you've been waiting a long time for. Okay. Let me calm down. But this is exciting. This feels like very, like, I'm excited for you guys. Let's see. So everything that you've planted, everything that you've kind of done, I feel like some of you guys have stepped away from doing things by the book, like in a very traditional or old-fashioned type of way, or maybe some of you have stuck to that type of, whatever it is, it's like you're on the opposite. It's gonna relate in different ways to different people, but for some of you, you may have left behind certain traditional values or kind of left a strict format that you were keeping yourself under. And I think you're seeing a lot of new developments. And what's coming next in the next chapter here is that there is, I feel like you're going to get a little bit more control over the amount of blessings that you're calling into you right now, because I feel like you really have been working so hard on these manifestations. Like, you are really putting in so much of yourself into this. I feel like this is something that has taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of, I'm even getting like blood, sweat, and tears here. Like, this is just, but you've been consistent. You've been steady. This is something that shows me consistency here. Like, you are keeping things, I think you're keeping yourself also in a structured mindset as well when it comes to, or not structured, I should say. I feel like you are heading towards a place, if you haven't already, where you are able to kind of rein in your emotions and kind of maybe you used to be really reactionary to certain things, or maybe you didn't used to take risks or something like that. I don't know, but it's like there's a new change here. There's a new, like I said, a new chapter here where there's going to be, I think you're letting loose a lot of your old rigid ideas, or like rigid, I don't know, there's something here where it's like maybe you needing to step outside of the box on something that's gonna lead you to this swift change. I don't know what this is, but it's like there's something here where maybe you feel, because I don't think there is really any blockages right now, really, because I feel like this is something that you've worked really hard for with the Temperance card here. And then if you look here in the corner of the you see this angel here writing, having this book. It's almost like you've written down your goals, you've written down your manifestations, you've written down your dreams, desires, like, I don't know, ideas even. There's something here. So maybe you carry around, I am the type of person that carries around a notebook for my ideas. Here's my little notebook. But I feel like you might also be that type of person who is you just have a lot of creative ideas. And I think once you step out of this rigid way of thinking, you're going to be able to access this whole new world of creativity. Or maybe it's like you need that structure, you need that written. It's like maybe you need to write down certain things. Maybe you need to write down certain goals. But some of you might also be working on, because I'm getting a lot of writing. So what's coming in the future, what's the next, like how is your life transforming? You might be someone who is a writer. You might write certain, I don't know, you could be a blogger. You could be someone who writes articles or does, what's the thing, online when you're freelancer. Something that's like a freelance writer. Or maybe you're writing your own book. Maybe you're writing a cookbook. Maybe you're writing some type of like children's book. I don't know. There's something here with writing. So I think you might be that might be a talent that you have or something that you develop. You might be someone who reads a lot as well, because I'm really just getting like a lot of books, a lot of writing. So this might be how your life is transforming. You might start picking up a lot of new books that you're reading, a lot of new, could even be propelling you forward into some type of business venture. There could be a lot of self-help books that you're reading. Could be, I'm even getting, could just be my own brain putting this in, but like I got some books from Neil, oh my gosh, what's his full name? Neil deGrasse Tyson? I don't know. I'm gonna have to put it. I'm so sorry. But the scientist, he writes a lot of books. He does podcasts. So I feel like something here where you might be into certain like books with science or space or something like that. But there's some, maybe you're even doing something with astrology then, right? Like could be some tie here with astrology or written with astrology, or maybe you're writing something about astrology as you learn it. I don't know. There's just something here where you are doing something that is bringing you so much joy. And it's something that you've worked really hard for, that you've had a lot of patience, that you've put a lot of effort into, and that you've been guided with. Because for me, temperance it has its own meaning, of course, with its card, but for me specifically, I always think of Archangel Michael. And it's always like this kind of like protection, this kind of guidance, you have this divine influence on your life. So let's see what else. How else is your life transforming here? Going back to this, you might also be unlearning certain rigid beliefs. Maybe you had a certain way of viewing something, and it was something that you never, I don't know, it's like being a little bit more open to something. So it's like looking at things differently, being more open-minded to certain things, looking at things in a way that you hadn't thought you'd be able to before, or a way that you didn't even know before, right? It's like your mind is opening up to so many new possibilities, so many new, you're just learning. You're learning in this period of your life. There's so much research that you're doing, but just make sure that you don't burn yourself out on all of this new information, all of this new creativity, all of this new, like, I don't know, it's just like, as the tides, like the waves, I don't know, it's just like don't let yourself don't lose yourself in the tide, is what I'm saying, okay? So just keep consistent, keep steady, make sure you don't overwork yourself. Ooh. See? Don't overwork yourself. That's the truth. What else is changing? How else is your life transforming? Yep, like I said, you're leaving behind a situation here where there is I wonder if some of you are stepping away from a strict mother figure or a feminine presence here, or there's someone who offered you something and you did not, like maybe you turned away some type of offer, or there was a rejection somehow in this. Could have been you walked away from an earth sign, could have walked away from a strong feminine energy, or this could be you realizing, so Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But you see here with this card, the Queen of Pentacles, how she's looking in the reflection, how she's looking at her reflection in this pentacle. Maybe it's like you're starting to see yourself in your work. I got this on my last reading. You're starting to see yourself in your work and giving birth to new ideas. And I think you are really like taking the initiative to move forward with these ideas. Like you are fully committed to getting this outcome of the 10 of Pentacles, and you are at the 9 of Pentacles right now, where it's like you're starting to see this. You haven't fully harvested the entire, you know, all the pentacles that are in this crop here, right? Like she has all of these pentacles, all of these grapes, all of this fruit, all of this abundance getting ready to be picked. So it hasn't come off of the stem yet. You haven't fully received it. You haven't fully claimed it yet, but it's like it's there. You know it's there. You feel it energetically. You feel that this is the time. It's like you're in that in-between. I'm getting the image. This is what I feel when you're like in the in-between. It's like a bridge, a hammock. I don't know. It's like you're kind of like in between these two sturdy posts, and there's kind of like this, I don't know, I'm getting the image of like a swinging bridge or just like a swinging hammock. And so it's like you kind of feel like this a little bit unstable. Could be it's like if a little bit of movement or a little bit of shift or a little bit of difference like takes you off course or kind of slightly unsteadies you, then it's like maybe before, this is what we're talking about, like with the rigid structure or whatever, like maybe if you kind of slightly lose your balance or slightly get rocked a certain way, it's almost like you don't want to rock the boat, right? It's like you don't want to rock it too much. You don't want to cause too much problems. You don't want to do something. Maybe you're like being like really, I don't know. It's like maybe you need to lighten up a little bit or like kind of release a little bit and give a little bit of release to the universe or something here is like your angels, God, your guides. It's like give a little bit for them to take on as well. Like you don't have to take everything on by yourself. Could also be yeah, so it's like maybe you feel like maybe you're just a little bit unsteady, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer, because this is new territory, or this is like unfamiliar emotions, unfamiliar thinking, unfamiliar, I don't know, it's just like kind of unfamiliar. So maybe you're just in a new place. Maybe you've moved to a different country, a new state, wherever it is that you live in the world, right? I don't know. This is like, it's like you moved locations or you are ready to move. It's like this feeling of moving somewhere where the energy is different. Like maybe you're in an environment right now where you do not feel comfortable. Maybe you don't feel, I'm hearing for some of you, maybe you don't even feel safe in the environment that you're at, but you're working towards your goals to get you out of that situation, and you are coming to a point in your life, this transition, this transformation is going to be filled with all of the things that you've really worked hard for, all of the things that you've written down, and you've made these prayers, these requests, these put in the actions towards these things. And so now it's like this next part of your life is just going to be something that's filled with a lot of it's just like a lot of fruitfulness. I'm just feeling like a lot of like, this is your time to receive. Like this period of your life is your time to receive. You know, I want to use a different deck. Hold on. Because what are we receiving? What are we receiving here? Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. What are we receiving here? Yeah, look at that. Queen of Pentacles. There's definitely, and the Two of Wands, which is travel. So either you are the earth sign, sun, moon, or rising, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or you're moving away from an earth sign. Okay? Or for some of you, you could be moving... No, because both of these images is someone walking away from the earth sign. So, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, I don't know. Maybe this is the person who was given a little bit of issue or something. Who knows? But this is going to resonate for whoever. Okay. Man, these ones are a little hard to shuffle. But we got it. What does a collective have to look forward to? Or, no. I want to do in the present, because I don't want to be thinking about the future, right? Like, future can always change with everything going on. Like, everyone has free will. Nothing is ever, like, set in stone. So let's talk about right now, in the present. What can collective do right now in the present to help them in whatever journey that they're on, in whatever phase of their journey that they're on? So Holy Spirit, what can collective do right now? Thank you. Four of Swords. Rest, meditate. Look at this. Definitely need to meditate a little bit more. So maybe you've been feeling a little bit, maybe you've been working, putting in all of this work into your manifestations, but maybe you kind of have lost that connection, or you feel like you're a little bit lost in connection with your guides or your ancestors or source or whatever here. It's like maybe you feel a little bit like you've disconnected, but when you're stepping into this new transformative chapter of your life, this is going to be a time where you are very spiritually connected with the divine here, with your spirit team. But it's going to require some meditation, rest, relaxation. Some of you guys, I feel, have your brains on 24/7. I feel like even some of you, like, this is relatable to me because this is what I'm getting here. It's like, I feel like some of you even might not feel rested after sleeping. Like maybe you have really intense dreams. Maybe some of you have like nightmares or night terrors that happen every once in a while, or maybe you have certain medications that keep you restless. Maybe there's something here where you just like cannot find a good night's sleep. So it's like maybe you're just like constantly tired, constantly overthinking, and your body is like tired. Like maybe you've been feeling really exhausted lately, and Spirit wants you to know right now, it's okay to rest. It's okay to give yourself a break. It's okay to slow down a little bit. You're still moving forward. You're still on this journey. And it just requires patience, which is what you have. And I don't think this is going to be a problem for you. I feel like you've really emotionally grown from whatever point of life you were in, like whatever previous chapter you were in life. You've grown so much. So I think maybe you have this patience now, this understanding of like being able to look at your situation from all ends and do the necessary work to get where you want to be. And if it and for some of you, you might be workaholics, and it's like taking a rest is like, what? It's like, I don't want to, like, even if you sit and meditate, maybe some of you are the people who have said like, I've tried meditating and I just can't do it. Like I can't focus. There is even like guided meditations, like there even is like some Lord of the Rings meditations. Okay, there is a channel called The Honest Guys, and they have like meditations that they have like elves and dragons, and so if you like fantasy stuff, that might be something you're interested in. I don't know, I will link their channel below if you're interested in that, because maybe there's certain, maybe you need more like a storytelling type of meditation. I don't know, but or you get in a meditative state through certain activities, but your body is so tired and needs to rest, right? So maybe your form of meditation, so say if like me, for example, I like to go outside and work with my plants and in my garden, and that kind of is a meditative thing for me, because it's the only time my brain kind of like shuts off completely, because I'm so absorbed in the moment, in what I'm doing right then and there, and tending to my plants, tending to what's in front of me. So maybe that's something you also have, or something that you are more inclined to do, I should say. So I guess honestly, whatever works for you, whatever can get you to that lulling state of just like peace and relaxation and, you know, zen. It's like something here where it's like what you need right now is that rest. You need that. I feel like you guys are just like physically so fatigued, and your body just like needs to go to bed, okay? It needs to take a little bit of a break. And if you don't relate to, like, if you are someone who doesn't have problems sleeping, and you know, sleep a lot, or you don't have that type of issue, then this is definitely about meditation. This is definitely about connecting with your spirit team, connecting on a higher frequency, connecting with divine. So it's trying to find that form of meditation that works for you, that you can get yourself in the present moment. Because even when I was talking about earlier where I said I don't want to focus on the future, I want to focus on right now, this is something like, I think that's also needs to be said for whoever's watching. It's like, need to really refocus on the now. So it's like, instead of thinking about what you don't have, or what you don't have yet, or what the new chapter, it's like you're kind of like thinking of all these new ideas, and it's like, for some of you, maybe there has been in the past like some impatience, where it's like, when is it going to show up? Why haven't I gotten this yet? Why, you know, so-and-so told me I was going to get this by this time. And it's like, that's true, but like when you're in the moment, like everything can change like that. You know, like we're all aware of it, right? Anything can change super quick in the blink of an eye. So nothing is set in stone. If you're watching readings and everything, and you're putting everything into what a reader says, That's not how you're supposed to use tarot, okay? This is just a little bit of a guidance. So don't, like, take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. Use your own understanding, use your own discernment, use your own, wherever you at in your life, the timeline that you're on, wherever it is, wherever you are on your journey. Take the messages that resonate for you and apply them to your life, but don't make anything fit that doesn't, you know what I mean? And try to shape your future based on what someone else is saying or what you think someone else should view it as, you know what I mean? So for a lot of you here, maybe you need to release a little bit of that. When you're focusing on your meditation here, it's like maybe you need to really try to connect with the present moment, living in the now, appreciating the now, not thinking or worrying about what the future is going to hold, being excited, being prepared, like preparing for it, yes, but we don't want to hang on to it and start overthinking about it and start freaking out about our actions now and how it's going to affect whatever prize we have or whatever goal we have in the future. If we have that desire and we continue to be ourselves and continue to live in our truth, we're going to get there. We're going to get to that point because it's destined for us. And that's, you know, what God, source, angels, ancestors are showing you, right? I feel like it's like you know exactly what you want. And maybe that's where that kind of rigid structure kind of comes from. It's where it's like maybe you don't want to, maybe you have a certain vision of the next chapter of your life, but I feel like Spirit is letting you know that it's not going to be exactly how you picture it, but it is going to still give you that same, that, I don't know, it's almost like it's going to be, I don't want to say, well, for some of you it might be better, but for some of you it's just different. It's going to be just as beautiful, just as good, just as what you wanted, what you like, not what you expected, but like what you expected in terms of like fulfillment, joy, and things like that. Things that you have already started to, I feel like it's like things that you feel now, like you're really learning to stabilize your emotions, stabilize, like maybe if you've even had like emotional outbursts in the past, because of maybe you had a really disruptive childhood and that led to like a lot of like maybe you suffered from like panic attacks or like something here. It's like, I don't know, it's like you had like a very strong reaction to things, which is, you know, understandable when you think about how the brain works. But I feel like here it's like you recognize it now, you know it now. Like maybe before you didn't realize, and it was such a cycle that continued because you just had, you know, maybe you just weren't educated about it, and now you've done like a lot of like again with the books, the writing here, it's like you've done a lot of educating for yourself, and you've put in so much. I feel like some of you are like philosophers at heart as well. Like you probably try to find meaning in a lot of things, or not try to find, but like it's like you find meaning in a lot of things. You find meaning in the mundane. You make things special. You make things magical. You bring pockets of joy in your life simply by your way of thinking. And maybe this is a slow progress, going back to the temperance. Maybe this is something that you weren't accustomed to doing before, right? Like maybe, and I'm not talking about like toxic positivity where it's like everything, you have to be in a good mood all day and think of everything good all the time. No, it's just, I feel like you just have a more positive outlook on where your life is headed, on the directions that you're taking, on the decisions that you're making, the direction you're headed. It's like you have a more grounded approach. You're more nurturing to yourself, and it's like you're stable with yourself. You are your rock. That's what I'm getting. You are your rock. Is like you are, okay. You are your rock. And for some of you, I feel like some of you maybe had things that were ideas or, like I said, beliefs that were kind of like set in stone, because I'm thinking about rock and stones. And it's almost like you had to really work on breaking down some of these ideas or some of these mindsets or whatever it may be. But it was like something that was really difficult to push. It was something that was really difficult to push out of your mind, because maybe you had so many things, like I said, that were set in stone. But what else, Holy Spirit? Hold on, let me check it. Whoop. What else does collective need to know here for their next chapter, Holy Spirit? What can they do right now? Eight of Swords. Yeah, so like I said, it's like you're getting yourself out of that like mindset where everything felt kind of trapped, or everything felt like whatever situations had happened in the past. Like if you felt like you had put yourself in precarious situations, or you were just kind of surrounded by your own toxic ideas, or just even like words like thrown at you. I don't know. It's something here where okay. So maybe before you were in a lot of like victim mindset, because you were a victim in certain things growing up in your teenage years. I feel like this is like adolescence. This is something that happened in adolescence where you may have had to deal with something quite traumatic, and it kind of shaped a lot of your character as a young adult here. So this might be someone very specific, okay? And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a mental health professional, I'm just a person on the internet, but I'm reading the energy and I'm reading these cards and I'm just letting you guys know. But this is, it's almost like you were keeping yourself in this specific mindset, like limiting yourself because of maybe what people had said, or maybe what had happened to you, or maybe what had been like what you witnessed as a child whose developmental stages, like you were still developing, right? So it's like you took on a lot of, maybe you saw a lot of things, or maybe you had to endure a lot of things in your youth, like in as a very young, either very young child or something you'll hear with adolescence. So it's like young, okay? And it really shaped certain ideas, or it had a very strong influence on your adult life. And I feel like this is something fitted to how it applies to you, but I feel like this is something that you had to break away from. It's like you had to kind of like reshape your mind over certain things. I don't know. It's like you had to reprogram or relearn or re-educate or like unlearn certain things here. I don't know. But it was like you felt like maybe some of you have even said like, oh, I'm cursed. Like, I feel like I'm cursed or something like that. And it's like you kept calling in that energy to you, right? It's like maybe the words you were speaking were just always kind of like negative. And now it's like you completely turned your life around by, I want to say like this is by yourself. Like you could have had like obviously like going to therapy or whatever it may be, however that help is that has been helping you, or if it's like this self journey, whatever it may be, it took a lot for you to make that decision, or it took a lot to like if you like went to therapy or started seeing someone, like maybe you grew up in a household that didn't believe in that, right? Like there are certain people who like certain parents or family who don't like the idea of their kids going to a therapist or talking to someone. So maybe it's like you kind of had to you know what I mean? That doesn't have to be specifically for you, but that's the energy I'm picking up on. It's like where you had to kind of think for yourself and make that change. Or it could be that you were in a very serious type of situation, or you got to a point where it's just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Or you realize it's like, I'm living the same, it's like you were like repeating cycles. It was like the same, you were making the same moves, the same, talking to the same people, living in the same situations with the same mindset and expecting different outcomes. Or not even believing that you deserved a different outcome. But you've grown so much, and now that you are in this, you're no longer a prisoner of your mind, because you've reached that point where you can tap into those feelings. But I think, again, like Spirit wants you to know that there is a little bit of a firm hold on things. So maybe you, when you start to, maybe you're the type of person, who holds firmly to things, or like once you, maybe you have a fear of losing things, or maybe you grew up where you experienced a lot of loss. Okay, so maybe that's something that you kind of fear going forward. But let's see what else. Oh my gosh. 9 of Pentacles again. You guys, Spirit is letting you know, do not be afraid. I heard be not afraid. Okay, so you guys probably have archangels around you, have angels around you. Maybe you are a firm believer in having, certain angels around you. But you are so protected. You have so much coming in. This is the energy of like, you're getting ready. Look at the way she has her basket. She's getting ready to harvest. She's getting ready to pick these stars off of the branch. All those pentacles that are on the tree. Everything that you've worked for is getting ready to come into fruition. And Spirit wants you to know, like, maybe you just had some doubts lately, okay? And maybe it's like the timing, like whatever it is, it's like maybe you've been watching a lot of videos and it's like, oh, you're going to get this, oh, you're going to get this is coming, and it's like the next thing, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, but like when? But when? And it's like, you feel like the timing is not fast enough. You feel like it's not coming in as quick as you think. So again, going back to that idea, it's like the idea you have, the expectations that you have, I think Spirit is wanting you to let go of like expectations that you have firm grips on, or that you don't really want to like let go of. It's just letting you know, like, kind of just release a little bit of it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? So be open to new things, new experiences, live in the moment. It's like, appreciate everything that's going on right now. Practice the gratitude for the things in your life right now. I don't know why I'm like drawn to my perfume right here. It says Amazing Grace. And it says philosophy. It says grace gives you the quiet strength to move to your own rhythm. And let me show you guys. That's what it says here. Hold on, I got some candle wax on it. I was just drawn to that. So maybe you just need to give yourself a little bit more grace, give yourself some time to rest. Give your heart a break. What song is that? I don't even. Yes, give yourself a little bit of a break, babe. Like, honestly. Because you are, like, whatever's coming in, you're going to need your strength. You're going to need a lot of, you're going to be moving, okay? It's going to be quick. Things are going to be coming in for you. This new chapter is going to be exciting. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be everything that you've kind of been, like, manifesting. Everything that you've written down, everything that you've hoped for, everything that you've worked for, you're getting into that era of your life where you are going to receive. And I love that for you guys. But I think you just need to change how you are, or not change how you're expecting it to come in, but just let go of the expectations that you have for it coming in, is what I should say. Just don't know. Have a little faith. Have a little faith. Don't lose faith, my dears. Don't lose faith. Wow, that's way too many. Hold on. Final advice for the collective here, Holy Spirit. Final advice. Okay, actually, let's do mindful messages and my archangel cards. So final advice here for the collective watching this video, Holy Spirit. I am enough. Yes. So it says, I am enough. I am beautiful just as I am. I am loved just as I am. I am worthy by just being me. I don't need to fit in. I just need to be myself, and the right people will come into my life. Those who see and appreciate me for all that I am. Yes. Like I said, you're leaving behind this person or these people. And it's like you're really starting to, like I said before, it's like you're reflecting on the way that you think about things. You're reflecting even about how you view yourself, you know? Like I said, give yourself more grace. Let yourself be in that energy of receiving. Admire not only the things around you, but admire yourself as well. Give yourself that same grace that you extend to others, okay? Because you are just as worthy. And just know that everything that you've worked for, maybe you've been at a point, maybe you just have had a life where you have not, like if you have a lot of abundance coming in, it's like maybe you feel like you don't deserve it, or you're not even letting yourself dream bigger because of certain limitations, right? So it's like, let go of those expectations, let go of those things that you are focusing your mind, like it's like you won't give up this idea or this thing that is, it's like, no, it has to happen this way or not at all. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. But I feel like there is something, there's something bigger, or there's something different. Like I said, there's something that you're not expecting that is gonna bring you so much joy and fulfillment here. And it's like, know that you deserve it. Know that you are worthy to claim the blessings that you've worked for. Know that you are worthy to claim, even if you're making money, say you get a job, or say you end up building a business or something, and you start receiving a lot of money, you start earning a lot of money. Maybe there's a part of yourself that's like, feels guilty, or feels like you have to, like, I don't know, it's almost like you're not, I don't know what this energy is, but it's like you almost feel like you don't deserve it. And you do. You do deserve to get credit for the work that you do. You do deserve to have beautiful things. Even if you don't work at something and God blesses you, or your angels bless, like if you receive something, like, I mean, like maybe you're just someone who can't, who like has a hard time taking in like blessings from other people, or like if you receive like money or gifts or anything like that, maybe you're just a little bit, maybe it's hard for you to receive that type of stuff because it's like, I don't know, something mentally, right? Because I'm similar. It used to be really difficult for me to receive gifts from anyone. Not that people be gifting me all the time, but like just like kind of accepting things. Like maybe you're just so, you've had to work by yourself, and you've had to like really be on your own for so long that it's kind of hard to accept things from others in some aspect here, or even like accept help or accept idea. I don't know, something here where it's like it's a little bit difficult, right? That's what I'm feeling. And it's like now you're starting to really appreciate certain things about yourself. Maybe there was even parts of you that like you kept certain parts of your character identity hidden because you didn't fit in, or you didn't, like, it wasn't accepted, or it wasn't tolerated, or it wasn't, I don't know, there's something here where it's like you had to be, I don't know, it's like someone like putting you under it's like someone trying to conceal your true self. I saw 444, and now it's going to be 4444. So it's like maybe your home life was just, I don't know. I just feel like you had a really huge, there was something in your past that caused a huge influence in the way that you think about certain things, which is, I guess, I guess that could be pretty general, but like, that's what's coming through. Okay. That's what's coming through. But I think you even practicing certain affirmations or just, certain, like give yourself a compliment, give yourself a little compliment, give yourself a spa day, treat yourself if you're able to, you know what I mean? If you have the means and resources, it doesn't even have to be treating yourself with some type of like outing that you spend money on, give yourself take a nice shower, take a bath or something, like give yourself a relaxing day, or just do something nice for yourself. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be extravagant. Just do something that really touches your heart, your spirit, something that makes you happy. What is it that makes you happy right now? What can you do right now after this video? What can you do right now that is something that you can show grace to yourself? Think about that and do it. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know? Final advice, please. Final advice, please, for the next chapter in their life on this journey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so you have 2. Look what fucking came out. Have courage to ask for and accept help. Yes, so it's like there's going to be different things coming in different forms of your life. Okay, so know that you're worthy to receive these, and oh my God, no more complaining. Like I said, you've totally reshaped the way that you express yourself. You totally reshaped how you think things. You do not live in that victim mindset. And I hate saying that because you were a victim in this situation, but I feel like you have got yourself to a point where you don't call yourself a victim. You call yourself a survivor. Or you call yourself, I don't know, it's like you don't call yourself a victim. Even though you've had so many situations or you've had moments in your life where you have been the victim of something quite terrible, quite hard. But holy shit, like you've done so much. You've grown so much. And now you are in this state of you are to the point where you are at your highest self. This is what I'm feeling. I don't think this is someone who's just started their spiritual path or just started whatever it is that they're doing. You are someone who has put in the work. You are someone who has done the shadow work. You're someone who is very dedicated and consistent to their path, their journey, you're just a fucking, I'm even getting a bull. So I'm saying maybe you are a either a Taurus, Aries, I don't know, but it's you are just very strong. You are not afraid to take chances, not afraid to take risks. But I feel again there is that let go a little bit, let go and let yourself receive. Okay. And don't reject certain gifts or certain, if people compliment you or they give you a gift or they do something nice for you or I don't know, it's just maybe you just have a hard time accepting that. And I think it's maybe that's something that you're working on. And it's you're telling yourself no, I am enough. I am beautiful. I'm worthy. And it's you no longer, oh my God, look, even here it says, complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Yes, there's going to be, you are at the point where it's things are coming, things are blossoming. It's when a rose is about to bud open and about to bloom, it's It's so beautiful. It looks so delicate. It's like you're at that stage where you are about to fucking bloom. You see the color, you see how gorgeous it is already. It's so gorgeous. You've worked hard, you've tended to it. You've tended to that garden, you've put in the work, and you see the first bud coming out to sprout, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh." So, like, that's how I feel. Like, you're just like this little bud that's like starting to open up, and you're just about to thrive. You're just about to show off everything that you are, every beautiful petal, every beautiful aspect of you, and even the rougher parts of you, right? Because roses have thorns. I mean, even this ballet rose, maybe you took ballet as a kid, or did ballet, or some type of like gymnast, or you're just very flexible or athletic or something here. But it's like, there's so many different, they're like, even the roses, right? There's different petals. It's like you have so many different talents, different aspects of yourself. And I don't know, I just feel like this is going to be a time in your life. This next period of your life is going to be so fucking amazing. Like, I'm so excited for you guys. Like, you guys are reaching your like highest self here. You're really like taking in this next chapter with an open heart. And I think you just, like I said, the only advice here is just let yourself release a bit, right? You have that open heart, but let go of some of those expectations. Learn to receive help. Know that you're worthy of it. And yeah, there's just going to be, and also watch what you speak into the world, because, you know, words are important. I saw 555. Words are very important, you know, so if you continue to speak these positive affirmations, and you continue to be grateful for the things around you, appreciate yourself, appreciate the choices that you, like, give yourself credit for the things that you've done, the things that you've accomplished. Like, even if it's small accomplishments, give yourself that credit, give yourself that grace, because you really deserve it. And if no one else is going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. I'm fucking proud of you. Look at how much you've done. Look how much you've accomplished. Like, you've worked so hard. This is all about like how much you have worked and how much you're going to, like, you're really just right there. You're at the cusp, bro. You're literally at the cusp. I'm telling you, I'm getting that bridge, that hammock, where it's like you're right there. You're literally right fucking there. But don't let your impatience, don't let your frustrations, don't let your expectations of when and how it's supposed to be coming in, or how you envision it in, you know, your perfect, like, it's like you almost have like this perfect image of how it's supposed to play out, right? Or how this next chapter is supposed to play out. And maybe that's even why you clicked this video, because it's like you wanted that confirmation that it's going to happen that way. But I just want to tell you, my dear, that it is, I don't know, it's just, it's not going to come in the way that you expect. And I feel like the spirit doesn't want you to know how it's going to come in. And they just want you to know that just be patient. Everything that you've worked for is coming to fruition. Okay. All right. I feel like I've said enough. I've spoken for 53 minutes. Wow. God. All right. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day or evening, wherever you're at, and that you stay blessed, hydrated, healthy, and that you're treated as you treat others.